Good morning, everybody. I'm Jackson Alexander with Skuid. We got Will with me as well. He's going to be doing some demo for us in just a little bit. We're going to be talking about accelerating your adoption of Lightning with Skuid. It's still pretty early in the morning. I'd love to get a little bit of a sense of who's here if you're willing to participate. So first of all, raise your hand if you know what Skuid is. Skuid. I know you guys do. All right, not that many people. All right, so let me introduce Skuid. Skuid is a managed package application you can install on Salesforce. Been used for years with Visualforce and Classic, and now also with Lightning. It is a system of components and data management layer where you can abstract your data into models and build custom interfaces, custom applications with Salesforce for custom business processes and whatever you need. So we've been doing that for a long time with Visualforce and Classic, working with businesses to create the custom workflows and interfaces and the user experiences that they need. And now we've extended that to keep fulfilling the promise of Skuid on Lightning. And there's some other benefits you get with that as well, in terms of if you're looking for your organization to move to Lightning, and you're considering maybe you have custom code that you've created in your Classic or Visualforce pages. Maybe you're already working with Skuid and you've created a bunch of Skuid pages already, and you're wondering what it's going to take to migrate and to get the benefits of Lightning. We can show you how not only making that move to Lightning with Skuid is better for you with Skuid, but also how you continue to develop in Lightning without writing custom code and saving yourself a lot of time. So, I already introduced myself and Will. Here's the current setup for Lightning Experience. It's basically new ecosystem. You grab components from the App Exchange, or you get whatever you've got out of the box from Lightning App Builder, which is getting better and better all the time. I keep adding more components for you to use. But then also develop my own components to augment functionality. And that's kind of where the trick comes in. When you get at the top there, you get up towards code. Anytime you need something custom, and every customer we've ever worked with needs something custom for their business process. They have a workflow that doesn't quite match what you get out of the box. They need to work with data in a particular way that isn't what you get by default. And so sometimes pretty quickly, you end up in a place where you're needing to write custom code, which takes longer to develop, it's more to maintain. Since Skuid gives you a declarative way with drag and drop to build components and build pages that work natively in Lightning, you can eliminate that development time. So you get all the benefits of Lightning, plus you get the ability to build a custom or bespoke experience that fits each area of your business or the particular process or workflow that you have, help you achieve the goals you need, help you not have to wait on backlogs. You can develop without writing code. You're not having to wait on IT teams. Your individual teams, business users, can actually build the solutions they need quickly in Lightning, even with custom even with custom functionality required to achieve their goals. There's a lot of ways that Skuid and Lightning can work together. Will's going to be showing you pretty much all of these ways in the demo coming up here in just a minute. But I'm going to walk through them real quickly. If you're familiar with Lightning, which there's a lot going on with Lightning, so you may know already, Lightning App Builder, the main way that you're building your applications. Skuid works natively there in the Skuid Composer. It's essentially, you could think of it like a super component. You can use it, you make a Lightning custom component, but you're building it declaratively with a drag and drop interface. You're able to theme it, you're able to style it. You can use the Lightning theme if you want it to look like everything else that's natively in Lightning already. And you can do that in the Lightning App Builder, and importantly in the Lightning Community Builder as well. If you're using Lightning Communities, you can customize that as well. You use the drag and drop builder that exists and use Skuid components wherever you need them. It also works in the Lightning utility bar, action overrides, quick actions, both the global quick actions and the actions that you use on particular pages or related to particular objects. And then a big key for the update in this latest release of Skuid, the MeU release that just came out on November 2nd, is Skuid and Lightning intra-component communication. So a big part of Lightning is components talking to other components and that component structure for each of your pages. Well, now Skuid ties into that seamlessly, and you can use the Lightning event system and talk component to component. So whether that's a Skuid component or page talking to other Lightning components on the same page, whether that's Skuid components and pages talking to other Skuid components and pages, or using the event system to trigger actions back and forth. All of that works seamlessly and natively without having to write code. Hence the code-free hooks for the Lightning events and the Salesforce platform events. Of course, all the standard Salesforce data source actions are available. And then you could also, if you need to, tie into a flow or to send an email or any custom Apex actions that you may have written. You can trigger those as well, all through the action framework. So those are just a few examples of the way Skuid and Lightning partner really well and work seamlessly together to let you extend your business applications, move from Classic or Visualforce to Lightning easily. And now Will's going to come up and show you a few live examples in our Skuid for Sales application.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thanks for showing up early on a Wednesday after a concert. So what I'm going to show you today is a few of the highlights of Skuid and Lightning. The idea here is that for the user, it should be seamless, whether you're using a custom component that you've built, whether you're using our componentry that we give you, or you're using something right out of the native Salesforce layer for Lightning. The user shouldn't know or shouldn't care what they're looking at, right? So what you're seeing here is a Skuid for Sales homepage, and the large piece in the middle is a Skuid page. That page is composed of a bunch of our components, the KPIs at the top, a chart is one of our components, and then the table down below. Jackson alluded to it, the Skuid super component allows you to, in your builder, take the super component that's a Skuid component, brings it in, and then allows you to essentially point it to a Skuid page. We build that wrapper for you, that Lightning wrapper that has to be built with code if you're doing custom components. That gets put into the page and just renders a Skuid page. Should I be louder? Okay, thank you. So that's a Skuid page in the middle there. On the upper right, that leaderboard, people really like leaderboards. No one likes to be at the bottom, everybody likes to be at the top. That's simply a Skuid table running again in a Skuid super component within Lightning. But out of the box, Salesforce Lightning components are great. They give you a bunch of things that are kind of cool. Einstein Assistant, for example. That AI deep learning stuff that you want to present to your user is inline and available to you. The top deals component that is native to Lightning is there as well. Today's tasks and today's events, again, Lightning out of the box, ready to go. But down below now here, you have another Skuid page to do graphs and information. That's information for the number of employees. It shows me, how many employees I have and how many I want to have. This information is stored in Oracle. So the ability to pull in other data sets and data information right into a Skuid page native to Lightning is a powerful, powerful value prop. In the bottom left, Jackson was talking about the ability to use the utility bars. When I click it, I can call the Skuid page here. So the ability to customize this business process. If I want my users to see something different when they click that contacts utility bar or accounts or something else, the ability to give my users what they're looking for without having to write all the code to get there. So I'm going to hop over to another page. So that was an example of pieces of Lightning living next to Skuid components. This is a full, and thanks to Lightning, we're able to actually take that tab and I'll give you that singular experience as well. So before we saw Lightning living next to Skuid, this is Skuid living just purely within Lightning. So a lot of the things you saw before are also still here. So you've got the charts at the top that you can define. And the upper right is kind of cool. It's one of our filter sets. So usually today when people come and ask data analysts or BSAs, hey, could you generate this report for me? It's usually one or two things that are different, but imagine an entire sales team asking 4 sales ops people to generate this kind of activity, right? It's a lot of time and energy. So why not give them a series of filters that you define? Again, without code. Do I want to see it by a 45-day cycle? Do I want to see it by a 90-day cycle? Do I want to see it by a quarter or 6-month cycle? Those values and what the user can cut that data with is defined by you. And that's just our filter component. Along with that is the search component, which allows you to do pretty powerful searches. So one of the things I found really interesting with it is large text areas, right? Usually you have information in those things like, I don't know what I talked to Jen about when I met with her, but I know we talked about baseball. You type in the word baseball, and this will actually be able to search large text areas for that kind of tribal data that people enter when they take notes, but aren't really available to you today. So that one's kind of fun. Down here is just another table component with just a list of information of accounts, but what's kind of cool about this is the ability to edit right in line. So I can say, hey, I want to change this injury to that, or I want to double click this and do something else with it. So the ability to, Matt Potts, one of our solution engineers, he has a cool chart about the time it takes you to see information, analyze it, and action it is most valuable within the first probably 5 minutes, right? So if your users are looking at information, then having to go somewhere else to figure it out and then edit it and then save it, if that's a 15-minute process, they probably either aren't going to do it or they've lost what they want to do. So this, again, is out of the box, ready for you to go, available in Skuid and Lightning. One of the biggest and coolest things for us at Skuid is the ability to deliver the action framework. So the action framework, if you think about it, there's a lot of programmatic things that IT developers write all day, every day that are boring. Queries, gets, saves. It's just the same pieces of code written over and over again. So we give you out of the box something called the action framework, and that framework allows a Salesforce admin or a BSA or somebody without code chops to essentially write code declaratively. So we give you a statement that says, go start this condition, go to this data set, query this information based on X, Y, and Z, and then show it to my user. If you empower that citizen developer to do that kind of logic, you get much better results. So in one of the areas for Lightning and Skuid, the ability to override these kind of global actions, right? So if I want to click new opportunity, what this is going to do is it's going to launch a Skuid pop-up and launch a wizard within that pop-up. That allows me, as my business, to define, hey, for this new opportunity creation experience for my company, for my department, what does this feel like, right? It's not, I like to think about it in HR. Every company has HR, but every company does HR differently. The levels of things you have to go through for any company are different. And there's probably not a single vendor, there's one that's pretty close, but there's probably not a single vendor that allows you to take all of those processes and use them without somehow augmenting or coding it out. So in this case, we've got a new opportunity creation wizard. I'm actually going to enter some stuff. It's going to be in the discovery stage, and I'm going to give it some kind of amount. So a pretty basic wizard, right? Hey, allow me to enter some information. What's cool about this particular interaction, and Jackson alluded to it, is the lightning event listeners. So the ability for Skuid components to say, hey, there's a bunch of cool stuff with Lightning I want to leverage that I don't want to rewrite. One of them is toast alerts, the ability to say, hey, here's some information that comes out when I hit save and hit your database, right? Wouldn't it be cool if we could leverage that? Because it's a good user interface. It's good design to tell the user affirmatively, hey, I got your message. Here's some information for you. You can continue with your day. The alternative to that is not showing any kind of feedback. So the user's left with, did it save? Did it not save? What is it going to do? So in this very, again, basic wizard, what it's going to do is it's actually going to go query a credit card payment system. So a lot of customers have credit card payment systems. They have integrations. They go talk to those and get approval messages back and forth that say, hey, this transaction's good. So it's not actually going to pay anything unless it's hooked to my credit card. But let's say that I go ahead and save it, and it goes through, and I get that cool little green alert at the top, right? That's Lightning. We didn't say, hey, we're going to go build a whole interface for you to get toast alerts. Lightning has a great one. Why not just use it, right? So in Skuid, we've enabled in that action framework to pull those events and listen for for Salesforce events that are coming out and be able to surface those to the user. The move to Lightning is it's a good one, and it's coming, right? If you're not already there. And there's a lot of questions around, well, how do we get there, and how do we use the best of the best, and how do we keep our internal business processes that we have to support from breaking? That stopgap and that future is Skuid. So the ability to get to Lightning and then continue to iterate on your Skuid pages to develop that custom business process is pretty cool and available today. So that's all I had. You want to close out?
Switch back over.
Sure.
All right. So we've got just a few more minutes, and we'll take a couple questions here in a minute. But just to recap everything that Will just showed you, kind of the key for that in terms of accelerating your adoption of Lightning is think of any time where instead of having to write code or write the same code over and over again, you can create a custom component in Skuid, declaratively, drag and drop, use that with Lightning, eliminate that time. It basically looks... Save you. We'll skip. We just did that part. So what we've seen so far is about 73 to 90% faster conversion time when going from Visualforce to Lightning when you're using Skuid for the custom work you need instead of writing code. Skuid and Lightning is a 100% native platform on a platform. You can assemble, edit as many custom components for Lightning as you need. I mentioned drag and drop within the application builder and the community builder, and you can create completely bespoke features and functions. I'm going to skip through these real quickly, so we've only got a couple minutes left. And go to here. So we do have migration services. If you're currently on Visualforce Classic and considering or looking to make the move to Lightning, whether you're already using Skuid or not, we'd love to talk to you about that. We'd love to help you with that. You can find us over in the Customer Success Expo at booth 1628. We'd love to see you there. Or we're right over there by the Developer Theater. It's booth 25, but apparently they're not numbered. So we have a developer booth over there. We'd love to talk to you more about Skuid, talk to you about how you can access multiple objects and read and write to them all within the same page or within the same component without writing code. If that's a need you have, we'd love to talk to you over there. So thanks so much for your time.
Sorry, one more thing. Sorry.
Yeah,
so the magic sauce of a lot of what you see in front of you is our composer, which we can't really do here. So drop by one of the booths and say hi, and we can show you kind of the magic behind what you're seeing on the front end, so it's not too nebulous. So come by and talk to us. Thank you.
We got 2 minutes if anybody has a question that they want to ask. You guys feel free.
Or come up afterwards. It's fine as well.
Yeah.